Hello and welcome, my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your Path of True Love reading for December 2020 or Timeless. I'm your reader, Mark Angela Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lions, Mark Angela Lyons. But my friends just call me Mal, and I made a lot of Aries friends around the world since I started doing readings on YouTube. Summer solstice last year, yeah, and you will be doing this a year and a half. Kind of excited about it, making my way through. So thank you so much for your love and support of my Aries friends. If you're new to the channel and you like the video, please do thumbs up because it helps other people see it. If you like me and you want more, please subscribe because more is coming. This is what I do now for the past year and a half. If you feel like commenting, please do, and if you feel like sharing, all the reason. And with this is actually the third Aries reading I've done for you in the past hour and a half because the phone keeps glitching or something keeps happening and then it loses the recording. So I'm hanging in there for you. Hang in there for me. All right. It's Path of True Love read. This is your reading. This is for you. Yes, other people may show up in it, but it's about what you need on the path of true love, who you are, all of your relationships, adding to your spiritual growth, your healing path, your artist journey. So we're going to start with Caroline Myss archetype to see what is your dominant archetype. Like, are you the warrior on the path of true love, the lover, the artist, the healer, right? All of those. But there is an extended for this over on Vimeo. The link is in the description box. We're doing it in 2 different formats. The YouTube stuff is being done through my phone, which is glitching like crazy and driving me mad, but I'm here. And then I will use my HD camera with the sound and the intro music and all that fun stuff. I will be using for the extended reading. $5 a shot, and believe me, you'll get 13 cards here on YouTube, but I will use every deck in the house to get that reading clarified by the end on Vimeo. I don't care how long it takes. You're gonna pay $5, I'm gonna make sure you get your money's worth. It's way more than $5 worth, but you'll see. If you see. So let's get up in this gig, right? It's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All the decks that I read are in the description box below. I literally have 10 different decks on my table, of which I'll only be using 4 for this one. One Caroline Myss archetype will do the Celtic Cross with the Daughters of the Moon, showing you the internal aspects of the Celtic Cross, what you're dealing with inside of yourself, which is more important than what's going to happen on the outside. Let's be truthful here. But then we'll get you a Whisper of Love Oracle card and a Healing Mantra deck card by Matt Kahn to set you up, and then we'll jump over to Vimeo. If you're interested, breathe. Okay, that time it glitched, but it let me resume. It hadn't for the other 2 times. So let's keep fingers crossed. Look, I got Donna Troy up there, got Wonder Woman, got all my Amazons ready to jump at the camera. Don't do it again! Get me. Wow, it just did it again. Granted, it's high winds today. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, probably. I'm going to keep going now. Take a nice deep breath. I'm afraid to close my eyes in case it clicks off again. Please, YouTube gods, be kind. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, 1 card in clarity. A Caroline Myss archetype deck for my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is the dominant archetype that is being alchemized in them on the path of true love, December 2020 or Timeless, please? And you're dealing with the eternal child archetype. Now, everybody has the child archetype. Not everybody has the eternal child archetype. This is very much Peter Pan, both in light and the shadow. So this is about the innocence of your heart. In one sense, everybody has the child archetype because everybody was a child. You still are at heart and all of that, right? The spectrum from childlike to childish, Dalai Lama to Pee Wee Herman, if you want. The shadow attribute, inability to grow up and be responsible. Responsibility is a huge part of the child archetype anyway, but it's really the guardian of safety and innocence. It's another story, sort of. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. So if that's not you, right? But Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, the child, if you will, of the zodiac. So extreme dependency on others. Now that can certainly speak of codependency, but this might be something that goes back to childhood that you are unaware of. So look at who you're attracting on the path of true love. Is it people who are challenging your dependency, or are they being dependent on you, right? The light attribute, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Well, I have no idea what you mean. ability to see things with fresh eyes, right? So how safe do you feel to see things with fresh eyes? And can you see them without somebody showing you things through eyes, right? Dependency. What's the dependence? Extreme dependency on others for physical security. So again, we're looking at safety here. But certainly the way we look at things can depend on how safe we feel, right? Vaccines and all of that. You know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's everything here, but on the path of true love, know that the innocent child of your heart, the eternal child, the part of you that is always young, there's an opportunity for you to really have fun here, a determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, an ability to see things with fresh eyes. That's key. Daughters of the Moon, 10 cards down. Here we go. My goddesses of fire, the sign of Aries, once again, please, Hephaestus and Aries, if you would, please keep the camera from glitching. 1 card in clarity, but 10 cards down. Celtic Cross for this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love, December 2020. Let's do this, please. What is the card that covers them on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless? The 3 of Pentacles, clay woman, building something that will eventually be put into the fire to become solid pottery, but for now is in the molding stages. You'll like this, we can still tweak it. A color for glaze has not been picked, but yet she takes exactly what she has around her to work with, right? The earth beneath her feet, making something beautiful and practical. So that represents you. This could be you getting your fingers in the clay, right? Dipping toes, having some experiences that inside feel like, okay, this is workable. I like this. Maybe I could build upon this. Remember, this is all the internal stuff. My goddesses, please, what crosses them on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless? There's a little nose itch there. Please, little piece cat hair. Please, what crosses them on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless? New opportunity. All right, so Ace of Pentacles is just that. It is a seed. It is a healthy acorn that holds within it the genetic pattern of an oak tree, but it's not an oak tree. It's an immature oak tree. That doesn't mean it's bad, but with this child, eternal child archetype that you're dealing with here is something to see with fresh eyes. And it does feel like you're getting the foundation of it, right? This is a whole new world we're in. Everybody's child archetype is up in arms. They have baby arms, but nonetheless, right? Not feeling safe and the usual torn away and why can't I do what I want to do when I want to do it? My God, you're an Aries. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Breathe. My goddesses, what's going on at the core of them for the path of true love? Like maybe the subconscious stuff, the stuff they kind of know about, maybe they don't know about, but what's really going on at their core on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless. Well, we've got, this is interesting, the last reading I did, the same card showed up in this position. The card of the universe, Shakti, the life dancer. Look up Shakti in Hindu mythology. We're looking at an ending here. It is the card of the world, the card of the universe, which is usually a pleasant card, but this is saying inside of you, it's done. Whatever this is, whatever you're leaving behind you is done, and you are ready to embrace this new opportunity. And you have the skills to do it, or at least the initial skills to do it. You're feeling good about it, but on the inside, something's done. Something is done. And it's not that it feels bad, it almost feels like a relief, but we'll see what that is. Remember, this is the path of true love. This is not a work, career, vocation read. So this doesn't feel like a new project. This feels like a new opportunity for love, right? But something inside of you is like, bird watcher thermometer done. This is done. And that could also be a sense of completion, right? You've done a certain cycle. We're going to see. Let's keep going. What's behind them, my goddesses? What's behind them on the path of true love, November, December 2020, that brings them to this Ace of Pentacles, the 4 position in relationship to the 2? We've got the Strength card. Great courage, great fortitude, great stick-to-itiveness. I feel like you led with your heart here. You did some courageous stuff going on here, that you were really brave and really bold. There were certain aspects of whatever this is that's done within you. Like, we're not seeing court cards yet, so I don't know who else is involved here, but definitely this feeling of, I don't feel like meh, it's over, but it's like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. This is complete for me. You really gave it your best. You brought your courage to it, and you developed great strength, emotional strength, internal strength as a result. And now really to say that you're using the skills that you've learned here in a way to really build something stronger for yourself. What crowns them, my goddesses? Like the thing they're not exactly knowing yet, but it's like in the immediate future, but connected to all of this somehow. What crowns them on the path of true love, December 2020 or timeless, please? Scorpio. Now this could be a person, does not have to be a Scorpio. It is represented by the goddess of Kate, the goddess of witches, queen of the crossroads, goddess of the underworld. One of many, but a very powerful one. A crone aspect here, but this is about hidden emotion. So what's crowning you now is, are you hiding your feelings of it's done? Are there secrets involved here? Are you dealing with someone mysterious and transformative, right? What is this? Now, this is why this is your internal experience, hence the Daughters of the Moon. Like I said, we're going to use the Mythic Tarot to see what's going on the outside. But certainly here with this card of Hecate, there could be, still waters run deep, but if you're not sharing them, I just have a feeling, I don't want to come out and say deception, because not every Scorpio is deceptive. A lot of them are. But, you know, this is something's off, like I'm feeling something's off here. And I think it's going to come into your consciousness, and I think it's going to come intuitively. You're like, you may be in a little bit of denial about something being over here. And I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like it's like, this is a little meh. Remember, you got this eternal child that just might be bored. This is boring. I don't do this anymore, right? This is over. I am so over this. Because something new has come in, right? It's like that Ace of Pentacles you're being faced with. And yes, the child inside of us can want the shiny, shiny, sparkly, sparkly, but I kind of feel like you got what you needed out of this, and maybe you gave what you needed to give too, right? It feels like a successful completion of something on the inner. On the path of true love, it's got to be relationship based, right? So who is that Scorpio? Is that you? Is that you hiding your emotion? Is that them hiding theirs? Or is this really the Scorpio transformation, sort of like the court card of death, right? That Scorpio card is a transformation that's coming. So what's before them on the path of true love, please, my dear goddesses of fire and the sign of Aries? Jealousy, the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups isn't just a card of jealousy. Certainly, it's those castles in the sky, the things that we want, our dreams, our options. But sometimes our options aren't satisfying. Now, this might not be you, by the way. This might be you're dealing with somebody who really wanted you as an option. And as a result of you kind of being over it, like, I wonder if they can sense it, right? That it's just like, maybe you're dealing with somebody who cannot defend themselves or survive without you. And I get like it's psychic survival here, so that when you sort of pull back, there's a lot of jealousy, a lot of rage, a lot of emotion. That I'd call wrath, right? Because that Seven of Cups, it's like, well, I had this dream, right? So they have this image in their mind of what it's supposed to be, and it's not. And it's just not. Because I don't feel like this envy, well, there's a difference between envy and jealousy. Envy is a deadly sin. We're talking basic jealousy here. That there's something wanted here that it feels like somebody's not really happy with themselves, and I don't feel like it's you. I think you're walking away from somebody who's a little bit immature, because if your inner child wants to play and have fun, I feel like there's somebody, like, it feels like we have two eternal children, one in the light and one in the shadow. Are you with another Aries, right? Right? Or I mean, it doesn't have to be a fire sign in particular. That's why I like pulling that card first, right? To kind of get some archetypal dynamic of the story here. Because it feels like a tantrum because somebody didn't get their option. Or they weren't an option, or they're no longer an option. Yikes. Okay. What is their lesson, my goddesses, please? What is the lesson? What are the gods trying to teach them? Well, the Lord's trying to tell you something right now, please, my goddesses. One card in clarity for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun. What is the lesson for them on the path of true love, December 2020? And this also came up in the last reading that I did that didn't make it to YouTube. The Lover's card, major life-changing decision you've got going on here, but it feels like you're learning how to make it. Let's just go to the next card. I want to see what this looks like in the outside world. The eighth card is actually very helpful. If you have no idea how people are perceiving you, the difference is with these cards that we're using, it's how you feel about how, right? What your experience is, the yin. Breathe. Yeah, my goddess is a fire in the sign of Aries. Please, one card in clarity for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. How does the world view them on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless, please? Like a Gemini. Or at least that's how you feel, like you're communicating, you're doing your thing, but there's something, it's mutable air. There's some thought changing going on here. It's like, well, I could do this, but then the way you're coming across to people is you're feeling a little flighty. Like Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, runs around the Aphrodite, right? But it's Hina, right? It is the butterfly. It is the carrying of information, Gemini energy, third house, self-expression. So you need to be expressing yourself. I just wonder if you are dancing around the subject. There's no sense in dancing around the subject. A wound gets worse when it's treated with neglect. I just Stevie'd you. You're welcome. A big life decision here, and you might be hemming and hawing, feeling two ways about it, thinking two ways about it. I get you might not want to hurt somebody's feelings here, but that child of yours, I don't know if this gets old. Like when you have two people together in any kind of relationship that have both done some kind of aspect of emotional healing work, inner child work, something, then they're innocents. They know that I don't have to take you so fucking personally, right? I've processed it myself. I know what my triggers are. Yeah, you triggered me, but that's my trigger, right? But if that's not going on here, you might be like, this is old. Even if it's something that you really, with that strength card, might have come from a place of strength in you. You might want him to actually be the bold protector. But if you're dealing with an eternal child, how long? Eternity? For their physical survival? From the outside looking in, we go to your destiny. What are you most, or people call it hopes and fears. What do you most hope for, and what are you most terrified of? Then your own destiny, the golden timeline of the soul, please. My goddesses, what is their destiny on the path of true love? Some indicator of the hero's journey of the path of true love for my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, month of December 2020, or timeless victory. You're going to move forward. Look, I'm not saying to leave this person. By the way, is there something saying this is absolutely sexual romantic? Other than the lovers, not so much. Except that it took courage. Like, this doesn't feel like a familial thing, though. And when is it ever, I'm done with this person and family? You're done for a while, but it's genetic link, right? You get sucked right back in. Just when I thought it was out, right? This is victory. Your destiny comes from moving away from something, or at least moving forward in something with victory. Another thing with victory, there has to be challenge. Otherwise, it's just a walk, right? These are three women riding horses on cooling lava with lightning in their hands. So this is a fast gallop. This is not a walk. This is not a trot. This is a run. So definitely some fast movement here, but you have to move boldly in the direction of your dreams. What is that Goethe quote? Move courageously and then whatever. Breathe. My goddesses, what's their outcome on the path of true love? This Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. It feels like this new opportunity, this Ace of Pentacles, is almost too sweet to turn up. They can't turn it down. You still can. You have free will. But with that, this is done on the inside. It doesn't feel horrible, though. And this victory moving forward, life-changing decision. What is their outcome for the path of true love? At least the most probable outcome, considering what's on the table for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, December 2020, or timeless. Ace of Cups, happiness. It feels like whatever this new opportunity is, there's a real opportunity for happiness. Yes, this could be you going out on your own, being single, somebody new comes in, but it has a strong potential for healthy happiness here, almost as though both of you are in charge of your own happiness, right? So you're not dependent on each other. And there is that freedom and that safety to play, to have it not be so damn serious, right? I'm going to put all this together at the end, the picture of the completed reading, at least for this part of it. is the thumbnail. So if you want to look at it there, you can. I don't know how to put the picture up in the video just yet. I'll figure it out, or ask a millennial and he'll show me. But let's get you a whisper of love. Like I said, the voices of the higher selves of all involved. Piece of information, inspiration, or insight on the path of true love. December 2020 or timeless. Breathe. Higher selves of all involved, exactly that piece. Please, a whisper of love, a piece of information, inspiration, or insight for this Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless, please, with this orphan child archetype. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. Now, what is it like getting a kid to take a nap? You're an Aries. Now, I love naps. Honestly, rest is so important. I mean, I'm 52 years old. I don't look at it. Yes, I have the eternal child archetype. Obviously, I do. I don't age. I just don't. You see my mom's skin. She's amazing. So, you know, the part of that shit, but part of it is I rest, I meditate, you know, I do my yoga, I drink my water, tricks, tips, spells, incantations, right? But rest is a huge part of it. There might very much be a need to give this thing a rest for a little bit. Look, I'm not seeing huge inflammation here. I'm not seeing a lot of anger, a lot of wrath, but I am feeling like, you know, this thing is done. So is there a resting period here? Is this something that could reboot itself? Possibly, but this is what's going on inside of you, not outside of you. So take the time to feel this out. I mean, your destiny is going to come in quick. You're either going to bust a move or a move is going to bust on you, right? So that victory card there, there's huge opportunity here, but for aces, that's tricky because there's no certainty, but you got that eternal child. Can you see this with fresh eyes, or are you afraid it's all going to be a repeat? I just feel like something's done. Last card down. Rest and relaxation is essential. Yeah, I mean, that can mean let this rest, put it to rest, as well as that you just might need some alone time. Not alone time, solitary time. To me, I don't like alone because it sounds like victimization. And lonely is definitely the word of the inner child. Gypsy. But to me, the word solitary, aside from the word of the prisoner, is the word of the shaman and the witch and the hermit and the, you know, like to take solitude standing. Suzanne Vega, breathe. Such a child of the 80s I am. Please, the ascended masters of the path of true love, one card in clarity for my beloved Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is the healing mantra that they need to balance this all out themselves to at least begin or continue their own healing on the path of true love, December 2020, particularly with that eternal child archetype and life-changing decision and victory. And it kind of feels like this is done. But that Scorpio card concerns me. There are things being held back here and hidden. Rest is essential. It would be a good time for there to be a pause button hit here. So please, what is their perfect healing mantra? On the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless. Celebrating simplicity. That's lovely. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. I think you're going to make yourself single here. I just have a feeling. Ace of Cups is really about you loving you building yourself up along with that Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you're getting a new beginning here, or at least the opportunity is being given to you. I'll read it from the little bookie book, Celebrating Simplicity. But it does feel like you got too much on your plate. And then here you are in this present moment with this feeling of getting finally a solid foundation under you. But something new comes in while something's ready to go. Yeah, because this and this don't match. If this is what you're feeling on the inside, this is what you're feeling about where you are right now, right? Like, where am I? Who am I in this? I'm the Three of Pentacles. I'm building my foundation, but it's still mutable. Nothing's written in stone here. And something's over. Or at least feels complete. Like, okay, no, this is done. This stage of it is done, but it could move on to its next phase or be done. I think you have a lot of choice there. So celebrating simplicity. In other words, let's not make this so freaking complex. Let's see what the bookie book has to say from Matt Kahn. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. And that's a fun mantra because you've got the more and less thing going on there, easier to remember. When there are fewer details to manage, you are able to receive more joy. Makes sense? The more commitments that pile up in your life, the less likely you are to find the time to take everything in. And the eternal child would hate that, right? It's just like, I'm so, like, when is it my turn? Not great for Aries, though. Like, that's not a good place for them to be. They can't take everything in. Too many commitments. Once all moving parts have been arranged in proper working balance, simplicity can be celebrated. And you glean the most benefit from your reality. And it does feel like these aces are giving you an opportunity. So essentially, in the second position, you got that Ace of Pentacles. That brings you to the outcome of real self-sustained emotional happiness, but a seed, right? Just like the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups is a beginning and it's inside of you. This mantra is ideal for creating stronger boundaries. It feels like that might be at work here, particularly if shit's being hidden. Healing your inner people pleaser. Oh, meow. Inner people pleaser. That's what this feels like. That's what this feels like. That's what this feels like. You gave it your best. You've got this in, but your own foundation needs to be shored up with that Three of Pentacles. Healing your own people pleaser and finding moments of serenity. And that's that Ace of Cups up there in your outcome. Well, my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, let me give you the prayer, the blessing. Breathe. May the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need on the path of true love, that though despite their courage in this situation that they find themselves in, as the eternal child, the Peter Pan going off on adventures and exploring themselves regardless of their gender, that they are building their own more solid foundation because something new has come in that has sparked their interest. They can feel that opportunity and feeling like something is done. Something that they gave a lot of passion to, gave a lot of courage to. It was not easy to stick with, but feels dead emotionally on the inside, right? And what crowns them are just more and more secrets and more transformation, perhaps, but someone in their life that is either transforming in, transforming out, a transformer, more than meets the eye, for sure there. So may they be aware of any deceptions of their own hidden feelings or someone else's of what's really going on here, because jealousy is in the cards. May they be prepared for that. Their own, somebody else's, to understand that it is the child archetype that feels that jealousy of, when is it my turn? I've been giving so much here. When do I get to do what I want to do here, right? That's usually what jealousy is about, is a voice of the inner child that needs to be heard. And it might very well be wrathful. So may they be blessed and prepared for that as they make a decision, trying to balance head and heart to do this mercifully and wisely, as they feel like they are communicating themselves but dancing around the subject, because their destiny comes as a result of victory and moving forward towards their passion, resulting in the Ace of Cups emotionally within them, feeling happy, perhaps on their own, perhaps just having spoken the truth, while this World card either reboots, recycles, comes back in another form, or something new comes in. This Ace of Pentacles cements it a bit more, that new thing for them, while they rest and relax, taking the time that everybody needs for a break, and getting that that they'll feel more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain, while they create simplicity in their life for their well-being, the well-being of whoever they're leaving behind, if they leave them behind, and forever who's coming in, if they're coming in, depending on their free will and choice, for their well-being and for the well-being of all concerned. So would be. And so it is. There you have it. Look, we got through it without the camera shutting off. Yay! Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and do all the YouTube things. Help a brother out on his career path of choice and destiny. Otherwise, really seriously, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of the path of true love for December 2020 or Timeless. The extended reading, the link is in the description box below. I'm keeping them all $5 so you can watch a bunch of them if you like. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very